So McKenzy, back in GB3 for another year and top 5 in qualifying there, but it's so competitive out there on such a track that's so difficult to pass on as well.
Yeah, exactly. This grid is very good, so it's very difficult to put the lap in at the end. It's very tight. But yeah, top 5 is okay. We can race from there. We were hoping for more. Off of a pretty good test yesterday, but you know that's how it shakes out sometimes. So it's the way it is. But yeah, I think given how we were last year around here, we've definitely got some things that we can fall back on. So we know that we're going to be hopefully better at other places. So yeah, I think top 5, if we can bank some good points this weekend, then I'll be happy.
And what was the motivation behind coming back to GB3 for another year?
It wasn't the initial plan, but it's sort of how it shaped out. The initial plan was to do F3, but didn't quite get the budget together for that. So when weighing up our options, it was basically this or go maybe the Freca route or Euro Cup. And this one made the most sense financially and just with the visibility it's getting. So yeah, it was a pretty easy decision once we had all the options laid out on the table, and I'm really happy to be back.
And what was the qualifying session like up there? Of course, there's a lot of rain over the past couple of days. So was the track a bit green, and what was the track evolution like?
It wasn't too bad. It's been sunny all morning, so it was pretty much fully dry. Yeah, the evolution was pretty decent because there's been, as you said, a lot of rain over the last few days, so there wasn't a whole lot of rubber down. So it was a bit of track evolution, but we just maybe slightly missed times when we did the quick lap. So we didn't quite maximise it, but that's the way it is. We'll learn from it. So yeah, I think we've got all the right to feel confident going to race one.
And how do you make up the lap time here? Is it just commitment through cascades and the quick corners?
Yeah, there's times to be had everywhere. It's a very unique track in that you've got very high speed corners and then some very technical sections as well with the chicanes in the middle sector. So there's times to be found everywhere. There's a lot in the low speed because you know you're in a low speed corner for longer than you're in a high speed corner. So yeah, there's a little bits here and there, but it all adds up over a lap.
And I suppose with the setup, you run as much wing as possible with the straights being so short, but is there a compromise to be found in the suspension and things with high speed and low speed here?
Yeah, there's always tweaks that you can make. It's very bumpy around here, which is quite unique, so that's something that you have to kind of work your setup around to make sure that your car goes nicely over the bumps, over the curbs. So it always makes it difficult on the engineers and as the drivers to give feedback. So it's one that really tests us and one that we really enjoy coming to because it's so challenging. So yeah, I think we've got a pretty decent setup now. There's still some things that we need to tweak, but yeah, we're in the window.
And what are you expecting from the race later on? We know how difficult it is to pass there, so is it just all about getting off to a good start and banking some points?
I think so, yeah. It's just going to be all about getting off the line and just trying to maintain the position because yeah, even if you're a second faster than the car in front, it's very difficult to overtake because it's very narrow. It's not really a whole lot of high braking zones, so it's just going to be about kind of trying to get as many points as possible and making sure that you get off the line well and just kind of keep your nose clean and go from there.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great to see you again.
Good to see you.